What's up everybody? It's time to make our thumbs a little greener. I want to thank you guys all so much for tuning into the channel today. All right, not so fast. For those of you who are here just for the Epiphyllum update, you can skip forward to 2 minutes in the video. But for everybody who's part of the community and emotionally invested in what we've got going on, keep on watching this beginning bit because we have a couple of important updates on the state of Wisconsin Wonder Garden and how we're beginning to invest more into you guys and the gardening community. All right, carry on now. And before I get started with today's video, as some of you may have noticed, we have upgraded our camera for the first time in this channel's history. We've been filming on a Nikon D3300, as well as a few mixed in clips of my Google Pixel, and then my wife's LG V40. I think that's what it's called. It has a really good camera on it for a phone, but my wife decided that she wants to start making more videos on our family channel, so you guys can go and check that out. It's called the Sartain family. I will have a link in the description below. We're gonna have all sorts of fun stuff coming up on that channel, ranging from just family adventures, vlogs, prank videos, all kinds of stuff that we've got going on. Basically just how this channel records all of my gardening happenings. The other channel, our Sartain family channel, is going to be documenting all of the fun stuff that we do together. So go ahead and check that out. I'm really excited for her to grow in creativity and learn how to edit these videos, and just looking forward to the overall YouTube journey with that channel as well. So as I said, we've got a new camera. This is the Sony a6400. Really excited about it, but I don't need to say anything else besides that I'm beginning to invest more and more into the channel to make sure that we're constantly improving the quality of the videos that we're providing to you guys. Gardening really is my true passion, and in the long term, we really plan on setting up a off-grid or maybe on-grid homestead where we can have a large-scale garden and possibly some livestock that is gonna help sustain our family. So I'm beginning to realize the importance that this channel has in our life, and hopefully you guys are seeing it as well. So I wanna thank you guys all so much for the support that you've given us so far. In today's episode, we're gonna be taking a look at our Epiphyllum Guatemalense Monstrose EP2 seedlings that we've been growing.
Boy, that was a mouthful.
We've started these off from seed from our Epiphyllum in the garden here. We took the fruit off of our very own plant, germinated them, and have been growing them. This is gonna be part of its own playlist that I'm gonna put together, having all to do with germinating and growing this plant. So go ahead and check that out. Today, we're going to be taking a look at how well they've been growing so far, what I've done with them, and how we're going to transition them past their current state of growth. Let's take a closer look. This is the state that these cactus seeds have been in for 52 days now. When I originally germinated them, I just put them in this Tupperware container and gave it a nice soaking, put it in this Ziploc bag, and then sealed it up. During this whole process, I've left this bag shut except for 2 times. I opened it up about once every 3 weeks in order to flush out all of the air that was in there, suck in all brand new air in order to help the plants out and help them get everything that they need. Obviously, they're kind of just like humans. If they run out of fresh air, they're not going to be doing too hot in a completely enclosed environment. So doing this once every 3 weeks worked great for me. What this whole thing kind of does is create a greenhouse for the plants, keeping all of that moisture in there, helping them get everything that they need in order to germinate correctly. If these were just out in plain dry soil, you're not gonna see these results, and it's really not gonna work for you. So this is the moment where we officially take these out of this bag and they're never gonna return back into it. So I'm pretty excited for this, as this is my first ever batch that I've grown, and they're doing so well so far. There they are. Aren't they just adorable? They're so cute. I will show you a more close-up look in a second, but I think we had almost every single seed in there germinate. We've got a ton of them in here, and I'm just so happy with it so far. even though a lot of people recommend that you completely sterilize this whole thing before you even consider germinating these seeds. I, being Ripley Sartain, just like to go against the grain with things like this. In gardening, I did not do any sterilization at all with it and decided just to go ahead with unsterilized soil and an unsterilized container as well. And apparently it works just fine. But if you're somebody who wants to do it absolutely by the book, no matter what, then before you do this, just throw all of your soil in the microwave for a while, and also throw your Tupperware container through a sterilizer, or even like really hot dishwasher if you've got a cycle that sanitizes in your dishwasher. That'll be fine. But like I said, I didn't do any of that, and they seem to be doing all right. Nature finds a way. Okay, giving you guys a closer look, you can see right above the leaflet set that originally sprouted, there's finally something what resembles to be a cactus coming out of that. I know they don't look like cacti at all until you get to this next piece that's coming up here. That totally resembles a cactus to me. We're also seeing a lot of great growth in them. I am actually pleasantly surprised with how well these are doing overall. Oh, we got a couple little mushrooms in there, some fungi living in symbiosis with the cactus. Hopefully those are helping them out. I generally tell people if you see fungus or fungi in your soil, just leave it be, because those are essentially gonna help feed your plants. Whether you believe it or not, I think that's truly what's happening with fungi. They're such a smart organism, and they're in the soil for a reason. So for the most part, I think if you see fungus, just leave them. Anyways, back to these seedlings. They're all doing happy and healthy. We've got a couple of them, like this one right here, that you can't really even see on the camera. It's got a little bit of black on the leaves, like it was some sort of a mold or something growing on there, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the growth of the plant at all. So I'm just gonna wipe that off of there and call her good. So now what am I gonna do that these guys are fully exposed and not in their safe place? Well, it's pretty simple actually. We're gonna let them sit for another 5 to 6 months. I'm just going to be lightly watering this. I will be using a misting technique on it about once a week, depending on how dry the soil is getting. This container clearly doesn't have drainage in it right now, so I want to make sure that I don't overwater it. But at this stage, the seedlings still need to be a little bit more moist than your average cactus, just because of the growth stage that they're at. Like I said, I'm going to be misting it about once a week. I'll demonstrate that right now. So water, spray bottle, Epiphyllum Guatemalense Monstros EP2 seedlings. Just like that. That's essentially what I'm going to be doing. I expect it to be once a week. Now, those numbers may vary depending on if the soil is getting too dry. If that's the case, I'll make another update for you guys letting you know that I have changed my routine. But from everything that I've experienced so far, that once a week misting is not going to be a problem for these plants. Now, talking about light and probably soil, if you guys don't know what soil composition is in here from the previous video, we've got a bunch of peat moss in here, a little bit of perlite, and some regular soil mixed up. Just about a 1/3 mixture of each. You just don't want a really rich in fertilizer soil, so if you've got something that has fertilizer in it. Really kind of try to avoid that. And then lighting, I'm going to start to give these guys a little bit more light. We don't want to burn them out. We don't want to dry out the soil, but we want to make sure that they're getting the amount of light needed in order to photosynthesize and do all of those good old plant things that these guys are about to do. In this case, it's going to be in our eastward facing window. I'm going to put it right up against it, about a foot away. So it's going to be getting indirect light for the entire day and then some spotty direct light in the morning hours for a couple of hours at the most. So that's it. I hope you guys are following us with this. I hope you're trying to grow your own Epiphyllum seeds at home. It's been a lot of fun so far and cool to see these plants transform before your eyes. And I honestly was worried because I didn't think it would be so easy, but it turns out it is. Thank you guys all so much for tuning into the channel, and thank you again so much for your support. Please check out our channel as we've got a ton of videos out there and many, many more to come. We'll catch you in the next video.